It was an emotional plea from a Washington, D.C. trauma surgeon yesterday. Here's what Dr. Janice Orlowski had to say after treating many of the Navy Yard shooting victims. Watch this.
We see a lot of trauma, and sometimes it's just accidents that occur that we get to help people with because they're accidents. And then you see what I call senseless trauma. And there's something evil in our society that we as Americans have to work to try and eradicate.
Strong words. I'm joined now by Scottie Hughes, who's the news director for the Tea Party News Network, and Richard Fowler, radio talk show host. Thank you both for being here. I'm curious what your response is, Scottie, to what the doctor had to say there.
Listen, she is correct. There is an evil in our society, and that's what continues to cause these mass shootings. But guess what? Evil is going to prevail. And we saw it in Boston. We saw it in Columbine when their bombs did not explode originally and they then used guns to create their crime. What we need to be looking at, though, there's two things that all of these mass shootings have in common. One, they happen in gun-free zones, and two, they happen with people who have a history of mental illness. And that's exactly what we need to be looking at, instead of pointing fingers at those that want to sit here and protect our Second Amendment rights.
Richard, what do you think?
Well, I got to tell you, Martha, after listening to Mr. Hassan last segment, I think every American is moved by this tragedy. Yes. They were moved by Newtown. They were moved by Aurora. They were moved by Columbine, Virginia Tech, and I can go on and on of the mass shootings that we've seen in this country. And it really draws the question of what are we doing enough in this country to protect our children, to protect our communities, to protect our neighbors? Are we asking the right questions? Do the mental health community need to be talking to the gun manufacturers or talking to the people that are allowed, that you can buy guns from? And so I think that is the broader question we need to ask ourselves. It's not about confiscating all the guns on the street. It's about making sure that guns don't get in the hands of the wrong people.
Yeah. I remember after Newtown, there was all this discussion about the three elements that needed to be discussed. Mental health system, which has broken down irrevocably in this country. The video game connection that all of these people have. We're hearing this guy would sit there for 16 hours mindlessly playing video games, as did Adam Lanza. I might point out, and I'll say it again, we have to do something about that. Not all kids are going to do something because they play, violent video games, but, you have to put these things together, and then those same people should not be having guns in their hands. It's a bad combination, and we need to address it. I'm sorry, you guys, we had breaking news, and we're going to have to leave it there. We got to hear from each of you just once, and we'll have you back again, but thank you very much for being here today.
Martha.
Richard and Scottie, good to talk to you.